right, we're back with another episode with special guest Iris Lopez. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
You know, we were talking a little bit off the air. I listen to you every morning, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to reach out because I like what you guys do on the morning show that you and Grizz do, and I think it's pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, we're literally laughing and having fun. Like the way we are on air, it's probably even worse off air.
Right.
The ridiculous things we say, how much we laugh, and just it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
You know, we like obviously there's things that you can and cannot say, and you know there's choice words at times, I'm sure. And when people call in, and you know, I'll just speak on my behalf, not yours. When people call in and they're saying, you know, the silly things that they say, you got to be like, man, this person is like a buffoon.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, we'll look at situations, we'll be like, well, we know which way this is going to go, but we'll be surprised when we put it out and the people of El Paso will sway a different way. And we're like, oh, I guess not.
Well, yeah, I guess you and Grizz are like kind of trained, like this is what I would think.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get somebody that on a completely different realm takes a different approach. And you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, and they educate us. We always tell them, educate us. It's fine with educating us. We're okay.
Yeah. So you've been in personality or radio personality TV for quite some time.
Yes.
You started at 104
Yeah.
as Lily.
Yeah, Lily Lopez.
Lily Lopez.
She's still around. That's my alter ego. I tell people, I'm like, Iris makes the money, Lily spends it.
Yeah, okay. So she's still around. And then from there you went on KVIA. You were in there for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And then from there did you take any time off before you jumped on radio again?
Yeah, I did. So I was, I didn't really plan on leaving the TV world, but then we were talking about it earlier, the pandemic did a number on all of us.
Yeah.
And so during the pandemic, we were working from home. And that's when I started Mija Yes You Can.
Yeah.
So I was doing that on the side, and my contract was, coming up at KVIA, and I was going through a lot of mental health, decisions. I'm big on mental health and taking care of yourself.
That is a real thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And a lot of us, I always tell people, I'm like, the silver lining of the pandemic was that everyone was left alone with their thoughts. So mental health is a conversation that everyone's having now.
Right.
But it took a global pandemic, unfortunately, for that to come out. But
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 100%.
Yeah.
Because, after that, I'll speak with our players. We're getting a lot of, we need a mental break.
oh yeah.
And I'm old school. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, and there is a lot of people who are still old school. like that.
And I'm not saying I'm going through it now, but with our daughter, she's in her senior year and she's going through a bunch of different emotions with a lot of different things. And we're witnessing that. So
Oh, yeah.
it's a real deal. Anyway.
Yeah, it definitely is. But that I needed to take a break. I mean, the TV world was just, the politics of it all. Then the global pandemic was just, and I didn't even do the real tough reporting. I did the soft, fluffy stories. I always like telling positive news, and I did the weather. But I was still getting impacted by all of that negativity. So my contract was up. I had saved just enough money, literally just enough money I was like, okay, you can stop working. And I was still working part-time, so I still had some sort of an income. And I spent most of my time creating Mija Yes You Can, doing stuff for Mija Yes You Can. And I took about 6 months off, and I had just enough. And then by choice, I always say the universe, was on my side. There was a job opening for the radio station, Kiss FM. And I had traveled to Austin to visit my sister. I saw the job opening. No makeup on. My hair was a mess. I had just gotten in there. And I needed to send a video to show them my personality, this, that, and this and that. Because I'm not going to sit here and assume that, they know who I am. I was on TV. Thankfully, they did. But still, it was nice to send that video and the waiting process. And thankfully, I got that job just when I had my last check for rent.
Yeah, right.
Just in time. I was like, oh, my God, this is perfect.
Well, that, obviously things happen for a reason. I'm a true believer in that.
Oh, me too.
100%. And let's talk a little about Mija Yes You Can. What foundation is that? What do you do for the community?
So I created this when I was in the TV world because it was, male-dominated business. I went into it not understanding the pay difference, the pay gap, and just the difference in how women and men were treated. It was a rude awakening for me. And I had other coworkers that were a lot younger and felt like, they couldn't really say anything because they'd lose their job. Sure. And that's what everyone thinks, I'm going to lose my job. And so I thought, well, I'm a little bit older. I have enough money saved. I'll say something. And if I lose my job, I'll lose my job. What do I have to lose? Thankfully, I didn't. But I wanted to create it just as a shirt, a phrase to remind them you could do whatever you want, because it's literally something my parents would always tell me. I want to do this. Mija, yes, you can. You can do it. You can do
Right.
it. And from there, it just blew up to, because it was the pandemic when I started it. So everyone was on their phones, online, social media. Created a page for it, did all pretty much marketing by posting photos of people. And they were just empowered by it. It went from people in TV world to teachers to nurses to single moms to...
So you target everybody.
Oh, yeah. At first, it was just, from...
What I mean by that is the age.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. All ages. And that was the key thing. And all ages and backgrounds and races, too. Because people are like, why isn't it Mija si se puede? And working in the TV world, I was introduced to a lot of people in different cultures.
Sure.
And I love that El Paso is just a
mixture of everything.
Yes, I love that. And I love being introduced to other people's culture, and I love bringing them to the carne asada and then being like, this is cool.
Bring your own plate.
Yeah, bring your own plate. Bring your own tacos if you don't like ours. Just kidding. But it's bilingual, so, women, especially because we have Army, we have Fort Bliss. So they come and they find this like, oh, but I'm not Mexican, I can't. No, yeah, you can. It's just women empowering one another.
Right.
And
that's a really, really cool thing. And it's needed.
Oh, yeah.
Like there needs to be more of that. Because the male dominating thing is still around.
Oh, yeah.
At all levels.
And unfortunately, it might not go anywhere. But if us women, and most importantly, too, you said it, you're on our side saying, we need more of it.
Yeah.
And when I created it, people are like, "Oh, so you hate men?" I'm like, "No, I love men."
Right. Well, you look at the presidential election coming up. There's a female candidate. Now, we've had that in the past, but there's an opportunity here.
Yeah,
a real opportunity. And whether she wins or not, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it shows other young girls, and she's a woman of color, that like they see it, representation matters. They see themselves
because it's
like,
changing.
Oh.
The world is changing 100%.
Oh yeah,
and I don't care what anybody says. Women are smarter than men.
I think so too.
See, maybe I'm smarter just for saying that.
We are emotional, but I sometimes think, we are. We do think. Just let us get
over
especially
our
little
the
emotions.
Hispanic culture.
Oh yeah,
Hispanic culture is unbelievable. I'm white, obviously.
What?
I don't know if I could ever go back to dating or marrying a white person.
Really?
So my wife's Hispanic, and every day is eventful. And I mean,
I bet.
And I don't mean that in a negative way.
In an endearing way.
Yeah, she's very spicy and very. She's about this big. You know what I mean? And
my boyfriend would describe me exactly that way, and I'd be like, "Yep, you're right."
And my daughter she's obviously mixed, and she has a lot of both of us. But it's funny when the mom side comes out.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
guys are ridiculous. But anyway.
No, but and I created it. And when I created it, people thought, it is women empowerment, but we do have some of the biggest feminists I've met ever is men too. My dad had nothing, we had one brother, but he, for the most part, had nothing but girls. Yeah. And he would always empower us, always tell us, you can do it. And that's key too, to educate men, because you guys don't know. No. You're like, well, I've never felt it. I never dealt it. So,
and I see the other side of it. You talk a lot about your family on the radio. And, I'll just speak with my immediate family, with my wife. Her side of it, her dad, is very much the macho.
Oh, yes.
Very much so.
The machismo is real. And
it drives my wife crazy.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to break that in a sense to remind, them. But it's the culture. And I'll say, my dad is, a little old school too, but I think he was forced to, my mom and dad were forced to kind of, steer gears towards us, because they're like, if we don't, we're going to lose our kids. Our kids are not going to want to talk to us because you don't understand. So, the machismo culture is a thing.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely a thing. And, I think we're getting out of that. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a generational thing.
Definitely.
The kids nowadays, the kids, younger kids, it is completely different element than, us.
What we grew up with,
I might be a little older than you. But it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
absolutely crazy.
Oh no, things are changing, and just to give, Mija Yes You Can, just to give a platform to girls of all ages, because we'll have older women that are like, can I join? Yes, because
of course you can.
You've gone through stuff that I haven't, and that's the beauty of it. All of us relating and learning from each other.
And that's great that you target. Target that's not what I mean. Where you cater or you involve all ages, all races. I think that's really cool.
Well, yeah, because I mean, growing up, I didn't really have, and you know what, these days sometimes it's tough to find a mentor at my age. But when I was younger, I didn't have anyone that I really saw and was like, "That's me," you know. And so I hope that I can be that to someone, and all the girls, our Mijas, what I call them, our board members, and even volunteers.
Well, I was on your
can be
website.
that.
It's like Mija Vice President.
Yes.
Mija this, Mija that. That's good.
It's precious how when we do stuff, everyone sticks to it. They call us they're like, "Oh, are the Mijas coming? Oh, there's your Mija." I was at my son's football game the other day, and I was off in a corner because sometimes when I'm alone, like I'm just alone, and I felt bad though because she came up, she was walking towards me, and she's like, "Iris." I looked at her and she was like, "You don't know me, but I'm one of your Mijas," and it was just very endearing. I was like, "Oh," my boyfriend was like,
and you're
"What do you
trying to
mean?"
dodge everybody.
I know. Sorry, guys. I just didn't look cute that day.
Yeah,
And I had-
absolutely. You weren't feeling well.
That's exactly
you weren't
what it
feeling
was. But it was precious that she, you know, she's like, "Oh, I'm one of your Mijas," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." We're like a little gang, but a good gang.
Yeah, for sure. That's funny. But I get it, man. I get it, and that's really cool that you're doing. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Continues to go in that direction.
Appreciate it.
So you're going out of town.
Yes, I am.
We're lucky enough to snag you.
Yes.
Before you go. I know we spoke last weekend. You were out of town for whatever. You were going to come to a game, but you were out. So obviously, I'm not going to ask you. You're going to come this weekend. So we'll have to do it another time.
Yes, I'll definitely come again.
San Francisco.
I'm going to San Francisco to watch the 49ers win. And if they win, can you clip this? I'm like,
We're gonna, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll clip this part right here. 49ers. I'll put something in there.
and then if they lose, you can still clip it.
I'm gonna put it in there and say, what you didn't know is Iris said, "Go KC."
No, those words will not come out. No, but yeah, we're going to.
I heard it. I don't know.
We have the audio.
No, so San Francisco. That'll be fun.
I'm excited. I've never been.
You've been to an NFL game?
Yes, I have. Yeah. So I've been to 2 with my son. We went to see the Texans and the Patriots.
Okay.
Nosebleed seats.
Sure.
And then we went to go see. So I call myself a Broncos fan. We went to see the Broncos and the Chargers when they were in San Diego. Yeah.
That's
San Diego
really,
Chargers. Yeah.
So I worked in Juarez for many years, and we'd take the managers. We'd go to Bronco. The owner was a Bronco fan, so we go see the Broncos. And that was my first NFL game was there. I don't know who they're playing, but one year we went to San Diego and watched the Broncos play. But one thing I don't like about the NFL is the fans.
Yeah. Thankfully, the past 2 times we went, we had great experiences because they saw a single mom with her little boy. So I think they were taking care of me. But
you know, I guess it's a double-edged sword. What I mean by that is, like, I didn't wear whatever. Obviously, I'm not going to wear whoever the Broncos are playing in Denver. I'm not that stupid.
Yeah.
But you see guys and fans that baseball, for instance, San Diego jerseys in LA. Like, what are you doing? Don't you know the history of people getting beat?
Oh yeah, they're asking for it at that point.
But like that's the one thing I don't like about professional sports, like or football especially. Just they get crazy, man.
Oh no, then they.
Hopefully you're not gonna wear the opposite.
Oh no. My boyfriend, I told him you can buy me a shirt. I'll wear a Niners shirt, but you're buying it and you can choose it. No, yeah, there's some fans that it's just, and it's funny because they're like the team doesn't even know you exist. I get having a passion being about it, but some people can take it to a whole other level.
We get it here.
Really?
We get like it's a game. I get it. Get passionate about it, do your thing, but
don't take it with you after. Like the game's over.
When the game's over, like does it really matter?
Oh yeah. Like that's why after
we're gonna beat you. What are you on the team?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, and it's funny because like after like the Cowboys lose, I'm like, let me go to FitFam real quick, and I'm going to see, and there it is, all the stuff, and I'm like, Cowboy fans, you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just don't throw your TV across the room.
When the Cowboys lose, my wife's a Cowboy fan. And it's
Oh
just
my
like,
goodness! What is your team?
Whoever's playing the Cowboys. I'm one of those guys.
You're an ABC fan.
Yeah,
anything but the Cowboys? Okay, noted.
True story. I was the VP of operations at the Coliseum after I left Juarez, before I was in Juarez. When the rodeo was here?
Yeah.
It used to be really, really big. So the Cowboys would bring in their $1 million memorabilia Hall of Fame trailer. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I remember that.
So it was beautiful. So anyway, they're setting up, and this gentleman by the name of Cowboy Craig comes in. He's like, "Hey, Corey, I need to get a phone line." And so I took care of him. He's like, "Hey, just go on the trailer and just get whatever you want." Okay. I'm not a Cowboy fan. So I'm like, and I think I was dating my wife at the time. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, I'll grab this for her nephews and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I get a few things and, I give them to my wife, and she was very thankful. So as the weekend went on, I said, Cowboy Craig, I got a couple questions for you. What is Jerry Jones like? He's like, he's the best thing ever.
Really?
I'm like, what? So he goes, I started off as a peanut vendor. Get your peanuts, throwing them in the stands. From there, he was promoted to delivering ice to the suites. And one of his suites was Jerry Jones's suite. Every time he went to deliver ice, Jerry said, thank you, Craig. Called him by his first name. Very thankful, very whatever. And I was like, really? From there, he was promoted to be security at the practice facility. And he worked the midnight shift. So one morning, he gets a call, like Monday morning, just as he's getting off, and it's whatever, Jerry's secretary. It's like, hey, Craig, you need to come to the office. Jerry wants to see you.
What?
And he's a pretty religious guy. And so he's calling his wife. And this is him telling me this. He's like, Jerry called me and I'm getting fired.
Oh, I mean, that would be your first reaction, right?
But the wife is like, Craig, I'm pretty sure Jerry's not going to be the one firing you.
That's very true.
You're a little low on the totem pole.
She hit him with, she humbled him real quick.
He goes home and changes, puts a suit on. He has no idea what's going on. So he shows up at whatever the headquarters, and the secretary is like, hey, Craig, they're all waiting for you. He's like, they're all waiting for me? Doors open. I could, I'm just picturing these doors open, and there's these, and there's like, Craig said that there was, a breakfast buffet there, and Jerry's all happy. Hey, Craig, how are you? Sit down. So they promoted him to be in charge of this memorabilia trailer.
Oh, that's so cool.
And he's like, well, I don't know how to drive a semi. And Jerry right away, hey, Junior, get him in class tomorrow. So he did that, and then he was promoted again, driving a 1-ton dually with decked out in cowboy logos.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's really cool.
Wow.
That's my cowboy story. Still don't like the Cowboys. I still don't like Jerry.
I was gonna say there's a lot of people that still don't like him, but maybe that kind of made feel for him a little.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the true picture, but that's what it was painted, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I mean, I could believe it. Yeah.
But it was really inspiring, like that there are people at that level, kind of going back to Mija Yes You Can, on the male side of things, that respect the chain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool to see.
I kind of wanted to get that in there.
That's cool. That's a cool little fun fact.
What else are you gonna do in San Fran? You gotta go.
All the tourist stuff.
Please go to Alcatraz and please send me pictures.
Oh, I will. That was what I wanted to do. So the trip was really planned around, going to the game. And he was like, you're not planning anything else? You don't want to do anything? I was like, I really just want to go to Alcatraz. I am that Latina who loves to listen to crime stuff and watch crime movies. Yeah. So yes, I want to go to an empty prison. Please.
Be cool. So why don't you see if the theory is true on the escapees? Try to swim back.
I'll try. The thing is,
if we don't hear from you again, we don't hear from you again, I guess it's
true.
Why.
No, I'm excited. That's the one thing. We were supposed to do it in the night. I really wanted to do it in the night, but they canceled it. But thankfully, they still had other openings.
Why did they cancel it?
They didn't tell us. They just said, unfortunately, it was Sunday. My boyfriend had his phone. He was like, oh, man. And I thought they were canceling all of them. But it was just that. So we were able to switch it because they sell out really quick.
Oh, I believe it.
We bought them a month in advance because we've heard that they sell out. So I was like, please, they better have openings.
That's cool, man.
So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
What is it, like a 3-hour tour? 2-hour tour?
Well, the one we're taking, it's about 3 hours because we're going to go there. We're going to go to the Muir Woods. Did I get it right? Did I say it right?
Or the Redwoods?
Redwoods, yeah. The one with the
big trees. They're the same thing. We just talked about this.
The woods with the big trees. And there's another little city there. I don't know how to say them all, but I know we're going there. So it's like three places in once where they take us.
Cool.
The only thing I'm nervous about, though, is I get motion sickness very easily. Very easily.
So the ride from land to the Alcatraz.
Yeah, because I've been on a boat once before, and it was my sister's wedding, and everyone was out drinking, enjoying, and I was at the edge throwing up.
Were you green? Probably.
What does that mean?
Like seasick.
Oh,
That's a thing.
Oh, is it called green?
So when we went to San Diego to watch the Broncos play, we went on deep sea fishing, and two of the guys is like, I've been on a boat once before and it didn't go well for me, and they were both, and I'm not trying to scare you, but that was way out in the ocean, not the bay, right? Like, and they were sick the entire time, and I'm telling you, they were like green.
Oh, I probably was. I don't even know. And that one was out in the ocean. We went to another island. It was horrible. So that I'm paranoid, but I have my medicine. I have those little band things that you put on. I have everything.
You're going all out.
Oh, I am, because I was like, I will not let
Well, it's
that
gonna be.
ruin
It's
the
only
trip.
gonna be what, probably a 10-minute boat ride
Yeah.
at the most, something like that.
I
So
had
you could get over.
we
it
had a
quick.
listener call in, and he was like, "Don't worry, you won't even feel it, and it's very short." So I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay." I'll go
And
with that.
it's crazy. As soon as you come to calm land or calm water, get off, you're back to normal.
Yeah,
like that.
that
right?
is the
It's-
thing. I was
that
like,
is-
so I can enjoy myself.
Ah, you'll be
But no,
just drink
I'm
some wine and make it.
no, that'll make it worse. This last weekend when I told you we went to Carlsbad Cavern,
Yeah.
it was just an hour, 2 hours driving. Oh, it was horrible. That was the first time my boyfriend and his family had experienced a quiet iris, because I was just
So even in the car, you get
motion sickness anywhere, car, plane. I've practiced the plane one.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
practiced if someone else is driving. If I'm driving
You're
on
okay.
a road trip, I'm good.
perfect.
The plane, it varies sometimes. I can't drink caffeine before, which sucks, because I'm like, well, then I guess I'm going to sleep on the plane. And so
I'm not a big. I don't like flying. I to the point where I've actually done online counseling
really,
because I'd get so scared. And
Really?
just it's a control thing, I think.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, really.
Yeah.
I like to. No, I
No,
just
I meant like, no, right.
I like to be. I guess it's a control thing. I don't know, or not being able to see out the front.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't
But
know anything.
it's the same with driving. If I'm not driving, I'm not comfortable. I can't sleep. I get irritable. You know, not to say there's bad drivers or anything, or I'm better. It's just like I want to just complete my own destiny. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And if something goes wrong, you're like, well, it was my fault. But if something goes wrong and it's
Right.
not, you're going to be like, oh,
Right.
I had to. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, no, but flying, motion sickness, because that's got to be the shits.
That, and I'll only get it when we're landing. So the whole time I'll be fine. And then once
Then
we're
just when you
landing,
come
that's
down.
when
Turbulence doesn't bother you, or it does.
it makes me anxious, but not too much. I think it's all in my head, though. I think I just set myself off, and I'm like, oh, this, that, and you're sick. No, you're not. But I have medicine.
One of those things. Yeah, it's crazy. So how's Grizz?
Grizz is a big teddy bear. You should bring him on one time too. You'll love him. You'll laugh. He laughs. I love him because
I like his laugh.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
his laugh is
contagious,
infectious.
for sure,
Yes,
yeah.
very. And he laughs at everything. Everything I say, and I'm like, Chris, it's not that funny. He's like, it wasn't funny. You're just really dumb. And I'm just like, what? That's the kind of like chemistry we have, though. The second he came on, he's a great guy. You can just feel his vibe, positive vibes.
Yeah.
I'm a lot to handle, I will say, and he will say it too. I can be moody, and it's like he knows, like, okay, just don't talk. Oh, okay, she's better. All right, okay, good. And we
I'd have fun with you.
yeah, no, I'm very moody. Yeah. But he's a great guy. No, he's a lot of fun and
Good.
very, very smart too.
Well, when you guys came up with Grizz, I listened to that show.
Oh, really
Yeah.
nice.
I listen. It's whatever. It's probably 10-minute, 12-minute drive for me, but I put it on there. I would listen to you guys every morning.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm gonna call in one of these times when
Yes,
it's
please.
and if it's one of these buffoons that calls in, I'm just gonna speak for you.
Do it. You'd be like, Iris didn't say it, but she
can't say
wants
this, but
to say
this
it.
is what she wants to say. But it's funny.
No, it's a lot of fun. It really is.
And how do you guys get your topics for that? The listeners send
yeah.
stuff in, and then you guys just randomly pick what you think is.
Oh
good?
yeah, at the beginning, when we were starting it, there's like online, there's like Reddit stuff you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get. But once we got it going and people got the gist of it, like what they send their own stuff, and we're just like, wow, this is real stuff. This is really happening. And I'm like, but we
My
keep it
life
anonymous.
isn't so bad.
We had only one person. She allowed us to use her name. And then we did a follow-up to it. And I replayed it recently, and she replied. And it was just so cool how they listen and they take the advice.
Sure.
And sometimes, it'll be, I think recently we had a topic that was pretty serious, me and Grizz felt. So,
Obviously, there's a huge disclaimer in there.
what do you mean?
Like, this is just for
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like
For
don't.
fun?
It really is for fun. If it's, no, and there has been some topics where we don't touch it because we're like, that's a little bit too serious. And we don't want to say something and then something else happens. No, I don't know.
Anyway, I'm sorry I cut you off.
What was I saying?
I'm not sure.
Oh, the topics. Oh no, yeah. So people send them in.
like I always wonder. So you call in, and obviously you guys don't mimic or change the voices, and regardless whether they leave a name or not. So I could call in, and somebody's going to recognize my voice, especially if I'm talking about a topic that just happened or is currently taking place, and you don't want to get found out. Somebody's going to rat you out.
Well, that's what we always wonder. Some people too will comment. They'll be like, well, if your girlfriend listens to Iris and Grizz in the morning, now she knows. But we'll try and keep it as anonymous because we really were like, we don't want to get you in trouble.
No,
but you also sent it in and we have a job to do.
You know, like,
So
and
we're gonna use
that's the thing. If you, oh, shoot, they actually picked me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take it back, bud.
And we do ask for permission. I mean, we will tell. They'll send in. We'll be like, okay, we're going to do it. And we'll tell them, we're going to do it tomorrow. Are you fine with it? We'll keep it anonymous. But yeah. I mean, people.
Like, why would you set yourself up?
I don't know. I wonder that. I'm like, maybe they don't listen to us.
Or maybe they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like, or maybe obviously they want it out there.
And sometimes we'll get couples too. Like
Yeah.
the one time we had the boyfriend sent it in, but it was an argument between them two. So he was like, well, I'm going to send it in to see who
what they
wins.
say.
Yeah. So they were both
That would
in
be
on
funny.
it. That one was fun. And so people were coming at us like, you're going to get him in trouble. We're like, no, his girlfriend knew. They were doing this together. So it's all in fun and games. It's fun.
Yeah, it's interesting. I get a kick out of some of them, for sure.
No, it's a lot of
Just
fun.
wondering what all goes into it in the background of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, just
That's
people
the
sending him.
interesting
And then sometimes, too, in, like, real life, like, I'll go out somewhere. One time I had one of my girlfriends had an issue. She was like, put this on your Am I the jerk? I was like, okay, definitely. I have to ask people because sometimes they'll say, don't use this as an Am I the jerk? I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. But can I change it? No. Oh, okay.
That's funny. Yeah, it's interesting. It's fun.
That's a lot of fun.
So anything else cool coming up with Mija Yes You Can?
So let's see. We have our holiday drive that's really what we're going to be planning now for the end of the year, where we give back to, and the girls are going to get together and see. Usually the past years we've done it with Aliviane Recovery Center, which was great because we want to find organizations to give back to that don't get enough love during the holiday season. Because there's some organizations that, every year they always have donations of this, and that. And then there's some that are just forgotten. Mm-hmm. So I know I'm blessed with the platform. I'm well aware of that. So one of our pillars is philanthropy, and that's pretty much coming together with other nonprofits that don't have the platform I do. So let me be your voice and bring awareness to your organization, and let's give back to you because you don't get enough love.
Right. Well, that's really, really cool that you guys do this and that it's being successful and you guys are helping out the community and everybody involved, and continue that. And if there's anything that we can do as the Rhinos organization, we've talked a little bit off air that maybe we can come up with something and help one another.
Oh, no, yeah, of
course. I think that would be great.
Of course. I mean, young girls.
We have a lot of Mijas.
Yeah, I know.
Wanting to play hockey.
And then
or coming to the games.
Or, just to watch it and
100%.
spend time and kind
Meet
of
the
look at it.
players,
Yes.
everything.
That's cool. We met some of the players. Me and Grizz went reading at one of the schools, and some of the kids are there. A lot of young kids.
Yeah, they're 17 to 20, give or take. And, we get them involved in the community as much as we can.
Oh, yeah. They're I love that. When you see them out there and they're happy to be there. And
They better be.
Oh, no. They really were. And it was crazy because I asked them where they're all from. And, they're from Chicago, this place. And it's just it's cool seeing them getting into the culture, being happy to be part of the culture.
One of the things, like when I was playing up and I was growing up, was, people were always helping us as players, as youth. So we need to give back. And, the players get in the community, they help, they do whatever. Because these little dudes are coming to the games, treating you like rock stars.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Give back.
Yeah, that's key. And even if, they don't continue with hockey, at least they can take the fact that community and giving back, they learned that from the game of hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Iris, I appreciate you jumping on the show.
Of course. No,
we're gonna take a picture off air, and I have something for you there. And enjoy your time in San Francisco. Hopefully Niners win. Please send me some pictures.
I'll send you pictures when I go in there.
Yeah,
the creepiest
absolutely.
I can find, and then I'll try and swim back.
Do that. And if I don't hear from you, I know how it went.
You know what happened, but I'll send the picture before I swim back.
Please do. Again, everyone, Iris Lopez, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Take care. Thanks, guys.